What is music licensing? It's a great question, actually. I know I have tons and tons of videos on this channel about various aspects of music licensing, but what exactly is it? It might seem like a very easy, obvious question, but hey, there might be people coming across this channel who have never thought about music licensing before. Maybe you've just heard rumors of it from afar, but you're not really aware of what it is. It's a very simple process, very simple definition. Essentially, music licensing is just a permission slip to be able to broadcast or publicly display your music. That's really all it is. It's not necessarily a purchase, right? So if you were selling a song on iTunes, a fan of yours comes across your song and buys it, they're not really purchasing a license from you, right? They're just purchasing a copy of your song, which you have the right to sell to them, right? You basically created the copyright by composing the song, and so they're purchasing a copy from you, which you've authorized yourself essentially to be able to sell. And they're taking just a copy of the song, but they have not obtained a music license, right? A music license is specifically tailored for when somebody wants to publicly perform your song, either, let's say, a TV show, in a movie, in a commercial, in a trailer, on a radio station, on a Netflix show, anywhere in public for public consumption. That's what a music license is for, including restaurants, right? Bars, places where, like shopping malls, where you'll hear like pop music playing and they want somebody to feel a certain way, so they play some kind of music in there to get people in the mood to shop. Or, during the Christmas season, you'll always go into all these stores and you'll hear all this Christmas music being played. That's all music licensing. Now, with the license that you've basically sold to somebody or authorized them to have, they owe you consideration, right? Money. And so that's really the bread and butter of what my industry is that I'm a part of here. And if you're trying to get into this business, that's going to be your bread and butter. That's essentially what you're selling, right? You're selling just limited rights to be able to publish and broadcast your music. That's really it. So there are different contracts in this business. Some music libraries will ask that you transfer your actual copyright over to them. So that means that your actual rights to the song will be transferred to their publishing company, their company, whatever. And I know that like freaks a lot of songwriters and composers out and producers out, because we want to think that we should be controlling 100% of our copyrights and our masters and our songs and all that kind of stuff. And that's exactly how I felt when I first got into this business. But I can tell you that you can have 100% of your songs, but that might mean that you have 100% of nothing, because there are just too many legal problems when if a library were not to just grab the actual ownership rights for the songs that they're going to license, they'd have to go to every one of their writers every time a placement came up and said, hey, do you have permission to do this? Do we have your permission to get your song placed here and here? It would just create such a paperwork legal nightmare that they couldn't be efficient in this business, and they wouldn't get as many placements as they do. So if you can let go of this idea that you need to control 100% your copyrights and your master recordings, then you're going to be a team player in this business. And you can still, it doesn't mean you're giving up your royalties. You're still going to keep your writer's share of your royalties, right? So it doesn't mean anything like that. It's just simply a matter of they can decide what your tracks can be licensed to. Now, if you have a problem with that and you need to be told what your music is going to be used for, maybe this industry is not going to be for you. Because honestly, yeah, there's a lot of TV shows that I think are just crap. I'm not going to say what they are. But my music has been used in a lot of TV shows that I think are just terrible TV shows. But, am I going to be mad when I get a royalty check? Not really. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I really don't get mad when I see a royalty check, even from a show that I think is just terrible and is maybe degrading our society, and I hate it. It is what it is. If that's a problem for you and you don't want to be a part of getting those kind of placements, that's why this industry is not for all people. So I'm just keeping it 100% honest with you right now, so you know what you're getting into. But in a nutshell, that's what music licensing is. It's a temporary, restricted, short-term permission slip to be able to use your music in a publicly performed broadcast of some sort. And in exchange for that, you're going to get money. You can get both upfront sync fees, right? And or you can get back-end royalties, and every situation is obviously different. That's for another video, another time. But hopefully that answers what is music licensing.